something very beginner friendly. We'll maybe do some other advanced projects later on. Okay, so this is like a tech blog thereabout. Okay, I was just trying to explain parent and child and all that. Okay, and buttons and hover in the last video. I don't know if any of you here have watched it. So I'll just be talking about flexbox. Mr. Isaiah, do you understand flexbox very well?
Not really, sir.
Okay, not really. So let me just create a div. I'll call this R1, or let me say parent 1 or parent 4. So this will be the parent of 4 elements. So I can say div times div dot child. I need.
Are you in Visual Studio?
What did you say?
Are you are you in Visual Studio?
Yes, 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 yes. Can you see?
Uh, no, no, no. It's not. Your screen
Yes,
is white.
good, sir.
Is it showing?
No,
It's
it's not
white.
sure.
Okay, it's not showing. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Can you guys see now?
Yes.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, so this was what I was trying to create. Okay, so Flexbox is just used to arrange elements in certain formats or certain make it very dynamic. Okay, so I've created one parent element here. Okay, and 5 children element here. Okay, 5 divs. Okay, you can use p tag, but I just prefer to use divs. Okay, so somebody wants to join. Why is it permission? Admit. Okay, so we have about 5 children divs here. Okay, and one parent div, and I'll just be styling the parent div and the children div. So as I said, Flexbox is just used to um, arrange elements in certain format and the display of certain elements. So I'll just give this parent div a height of auto. Okay, and I'll give it a background color of let's say red. Okay, then I can give the children a child a width of let's say 200 pixels and a height of 200 pixels. Okay, so I don't know if I've opened this on the live server. Let me see. Okay, so let me just give this a background color. Okay, can you guys see?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the 5 elements here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and what? 5. Okay, so these are the 5 children elements. Okay, and this is the one what? Parent element. Okay, So this meeting is limited to just 1 hour. Maybe if the link expires, I'll post another link in the group. Are you guys join again? Is that okay?
Alright.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if I told you by default we have block level element and inline element. Okay. So div is a block level element. Okay. And they cannot be arranged in one line, except maybe use float or some other ways to style it through css properties and properties value. All right. So there's a way we can do that. There's a way we can arrange elements to be inline or at different positions we want it to be, and we can use this by using flexbox or flexgrid, but let's just deal with the flexbox. So now to arrange this element to be inline or be in a certain format, okay, here's what we need to do. We need to first of all specify the parent element. Okay, so these are children element and this is the parent element, this parent 4 that I put here. Okay, are we following? So if we want to style this element to be used by flexbox, we need to specify the display type through the parent element. Okay, so we go to the parent element. Please take note, and this is parent 4. So first of all, check the kind of display. We say display what? Flex. Can we see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Lekon, are you following?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I've displayed it to what? Flex. So can we see? It has gone into what? One line. Okay, let me remove this from auto. I put the height to auto, but let me give it a specific height. Why I put it to auto, so that in case our screen is being adjusted, we'll be able to. So let me just use like 500 pixels. Okay, so we can see. So in this parent element, we have been able to specify we want all our elements to be what? In flex. Okay, so by default, flex arrange all the elements to be what? Inline. Alright, what did I say? Flex arrange all elements to be what? Inline. Alright, so in flexbox now we have other features. Okay, if we want them to be spaced around this element evenly, okay, evenly on the horizontal level, if we want them to be spaced evenly, we use justify content. Justify content. Are we following? Okay, justify content. So what did I say?
Code.
What did you say?
Justify content.
Yes, if we want them to be spaced evenly, we use justify content and we use what? Space what? Evenly. Okay, so we can see there's now space what? Evenly between this what? Element. Now I'm not using this feature in any of the children element. That's this one showing yellow. I'm using this feature in the what? Parent element. Okay, the element you use to wrap this other element, the parent 4 here. Okay, you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm using this feature in the parent 4 element. Okay, so I've put a space to be what? Evenly. And we can see how it shows. It's showing every space here is what? Equal. Okay, so if we want also to have some space between the element without having space at the edge here, okay, we use is another feature, another property value known as what? Space between. So remove the space evenly and we say what? Space what? Between. So there will be space between, but there will not be space at the edges. We can see that. There is space between each element, okay, but there is no space at the what? At the edges. Okay, it's very important. We can use that for this menu. I'll be using it for this menu so that we'll fully understand. Okay, I'm just using this for what? The demonstration. Okay, so one other last feature, we can also use space around. space around. Okay, space around. So we check on the code. Now the difference between space evenly and space around is that space around will keep equal space between the first element and this last element, okay, and keep unequal space between these other ones, okay. So if you look at this space, it's the same with this, while these other spaces between the element, it's the same, okay. So you can just check around this code, whichever one it's being used. You can use any one actually and put a padding around them. It does not really matter, okay. As far as it works, you're good to go, okay. So we can also check other features. We can say flex end. This gives push all the element to the what, to the right, okay. You can see that flex end. Then flex start pushes all the element to the what, to the left, okay. So this is start and this is end, okay. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is flex, that's flex start, okay, that's flex end, and this is flex start, okay. Can we see the flex start? All right, so I'll just leave it at space evenly, okay, space evenly. So this gives space what, evenly, okay. So this is just for the horizontal part of your screen, okay. That is the horizontal part of your screen. Now if we want to also adjust this element to the vertical part of your screen, we use another feature, another property known as align items, okay. So let me just put a comment here. Oh, sorry. Horizontal, okay. Oh, sorry, Control Z. All right, so that's for horizontal. So for the vertical, we use align items, okay. So remember I put the parent of this element to be what, 500 pixels. If we wanted to adjust each of this element to the center of this 500 pixels, we just use align items what, center, okay. Align items what, center, okay. So if we go back and check, it has gone to the what, to the center. So you might go into some very beautiful websites and you see some either carousel, some pictures arranged like this, okay. Maybe they are more bigger and they are more beautiful than this. Most of them will start with flexbox, most of them will start with flexgrid, okay. But for today we're talking about flexbox, okay. We're talking about flexbox. So that's it, okay. I think somebody just joined us, Mr. Temple. Mr. Temple, good evening. Okay, let's continue. Mr. Lakon, are you still following?
I am. I just turned off my mic.
Okay, okay. So, in case this meeting ends, I will set up another meeting and you guys should join through the link in the group. Okay. So, now that's for the align items. Okay. So I've aligned it to the what? To the center. So by default, it's aligned to the what? To the top. Okay. So this is for the vertical. Okay. This is the vertical. This is the horizontal. Okay. This is the vertical. So I've aligned it to the what? To the center. Okay. So I can align it also to the bottom. Okay, what do? I need to use flex what? And. Alright, so it's going to be aligned to the what? To the bottom. Okay, it's going to be aligned to the what? To the bottom. Okay, so I can also align it to the top. We can go there and say flex start. Okay, so can we see that? So that's for the justify content and the align with items. So let me put a comment here. This is for vertical. Okay, so flexbox is very important if you want to be a very good front-end developer. Some people use float and some other things like that. So I hope you
Can we,
understand.
yes, can we get a picture of this code you just wrote on your VS Code editor on the group WhatsApp?
Okay, yes, I'll forward it to the group. Hmm? I'll forward it to the group. Okay, okay, please just explore. I'll forward it to the group. Let me just put a horizontal axis, vertical axis. Okay, so that's it. Just in case the meeting ends, I'll post another link immediately so that we join. So that's for it. So we're not done yet. Now, in every code or on your screen, there is the row. This is the row. Okay, the row is the vertical, and the column. Sorry, the row is the horizontal, and the column is the what? Vertical. Okay, so by default, the flexbox arranges the flex to the what? Horizontal. Okay, so we can as well switch this flex direction to be what? To be vertical. Okay, so let me show you what I'm saying. So the flex direction is set in horizontal. Okay, so by default it's in horizontal, so I can say flex direction. That's the direction of how we want the flex to be. Remember I said vertical is column, horizontal is what? Row. Okay, so by default it's on what? Flex row. So if we go back and check it, nothing changes. Okay, but let's just switch it to column and we'll see the difference. So flex direction is what? Column. Can we see the difference? Okay, so it has gone back to what? Column. So let me just adjust the screen size. Sorry, yes, let me adjust it. Let me give it 1000 pixels so that you will see that you will understand what we are really saying. Oh, let me give it 1500. Okay, I'll give it to 200. Okay, do we understand now? So it has changed from the flex direction has changed from the row, which is horizontal, to the column, which is what? Vertical. Okay, to the column, which is what? The vertical. Okay, so the exact same things we were doing in arranging, the flex box here can be done here. So when we change the flex direction to column, okay, here's what happens. This horizontal now, we are seeing horizontal axis changes to what? The vertical axis. Okay, and the vertical axis changes to what? The horizontal axis. So if we want to put this to the center here, remember, justify is for the what? Horizontal. Okay, align items is for the what? Vertical. So here's what happened. Since we have changed our flex direction to what? Column. Okay, we'll switch each of them. Okay, so align items will be now what? Center. Do we understand? Are we following?
Yes, sir, we're fine.
Yes.
Okay, so align items has changed to the center. Okay, and the justify has changed to the what? Align items has changed to the horizontal. Okay, remember we're just pushing it horizontally from here to here. Okay, and justify will change to the what? The vertical. Okay, so I will just advise you to understand uh, the flex rule first before you go to the flex direction. Okay, so let me just leave it at this so that you guys will not be confused. So flex direction, I'll leave it at row. Okay, line times center. So let me leave it like this and I change it to the default. With time we're going to how we can use the flex direction so that you won't end up not achieving knowing anything here. So I want you guys to at least know one direction. So that's for the flex rule. So now we can extend our knowledge. Okay, but aside that we can also have other features of the flexbox like using gaps. Okay, gap is just to put a gap between each of the elements. So let me increase the numbers of elements here maybe to like more 5 so that we'll know when to use these gaps. So I go to the HTML, I copy this, paste. So I gave it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now there are 10 elements. Okay, all right. So let me increase the size of our parent element to maybe 1000. Okay, so now we have about 10 elements. Oh, sorry, 10 different child elements. Okay, and we can see that they didn't perfectly fit, okay, into what we want to do. So now there's something called flex wrap. Okay, this is to wrap elements to make sure that they have equal rows and equal columns. Okay, so let us test it and see. Row.
Is my screen out or my network is bad?
Okay,
Mm.
hold on. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but I can't see your screen. Maybe it's from my network.
Okay. Hold on. Can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Okay, you can see.
yes,
Okay, so I've just explained. But have you been seeing it since we started?
yes.
Okay, can you see it now?
No,
You can see it.
yes,
You can see it now.
yes, I can.
Okay, so
Yes.
I was explaining flexbox. I hope you went through it very well. We are following up.
Um, yeah.
Okay, so I was just talking about flex wrap. Okay, and I was saying by default flexbox arranges sorry flexbox arranges all elements into one line. Okay, so this meeting might be ending very soon, but I will repost another link to the group so that all of us will just join and continue. Is that okay?
All right.
Okay, so I was explaining this flexbox that flexbox, arranges all elements into one line. Okay, so this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 different children elements. Okay, 10 different children elements, and I've set up our parent element here, which is in the red. I've set it up here to be display flex. Okay, display flex. Okay, so now to make sure that this is arranged evenly here, okay, I'll use a feature in flexbox known as flex wrap. Okay, so flex wrap. Now what this does is that it helps stacks elements on top each other into different rows. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use, flex wrap, and I'll use wrap. Okay, it's like trying to wrap something. Okay, so we go back to the element and we see everything has been what, wrapped. Okay, so they are stacked evenly now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so by default I gave this a height of 200 pixels and a width of 200 pixels. I hope you understand. I hope you're following.
My screen is. I don't know what's going on with my screen.
Are you using your phone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I noticed many people are using their phone. Maybe I would try, just that coding with your phone can be really stressful, but I'll try and have a mobile version of this live class.
So
I want.
I joined the meeting with my phone, but I'm coding with PC. But my
Okay.
this the screen is going off and on.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Ituk, are you following? Mr. Ituk, your mic is muted.
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, no problem. So, um, so that's it for the flex wrap. Okay, so I've been able to wrap these items to have uh, good size evenly. Okay, so I would like us to be using the knowledge that we have right now to work on this header. Okay, to work on this header. So if you watch the last tutorial about CSS, we build this header, but you can't present this kind of header to anybody. Okay, so we'll use the knowledge we learned from this little class right now about flexbox to work on this. Okay, so after this class I'll be posting this code to the group, so you just try and go over it and see how it's done. Okay, so let's go back to the CSS and the HTML right now. So if we go to our header, we can see that in our header now we have a parent element here, with the header tag, a parent element with the header tag here, and two children element of the parent element. Okay, so I'll be using flexbox in the header, I'll be using flexbox in the site menu items, and I'll be using flexbox within here. Okay, three places, that's how I'll be using flexbox. Okay, are you guys following? Okay, so I will start from the header here. Okay, so I go back and I search where the header is. I think this is the header. Okay,
Yeah.
let me just see if I can open it within here so that we will not need to be going to show preview. So I would like us to put a display flex within this element. Remember, this is the header, this black spot. Okay, this black element here. So we come here and we put display flex. So we can see by default it has gone to what? It has been stacked close to each other. Remember, this is a child element, this is also a child element here. Okay, so this one it's this one here, and this one here, side menu, is this one here. Okay, so now I want to arrange the horizontal axis. First of all, let me arrange the horizontal axis to be in the center here, and I want to arrange the vertical axis to also be in the center. Okay, so here's what I do. If I want to arrange the vertical axis to be in the center, I use align items. Okay, so I come to the header and I say what? Align what? Items, and I put what? Center. Okay, can we see that it has gone to the center? Okay,
Yep.
so now if I want to arrange this header to be like a normal website header where, okay, um, the first element is the site title is here, and maybe this home about contact is in also the other end. Okay, so I use justify content, and I put,
Like your network is also shaking as well.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let me come back. Mr. Temple, is that you? Mr. Temple, is that you?
Ye- Yes, we are sharing the network.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Why you make that noise? We go share good news this one begin.
Okay, so that's it for the justified content space around. So I've put a space around here, okay, to be kind of evenly similar to what I did here. Okay, so my screen is kind of, I opened this within the VS Code, that's why it's showing like this. Okay, I don't want us to be going back and forth. So now I think we have been able to establish some meaningful structure. Okay, so another one I need to do now is to work on the child element of this header. Okay, so I go back and I check which of them is the child element here. So this is one child element, and this is another child element, so we can use flexbox within this child element. Okay, so this is um, a child element inside this other child element, but let me just put a flexbox within here first. So I go back and I copy this is site menu items, so it's a class. I use a dot and I paste it, and I use display flex. Okay, and I come into this other child element here, that is site menu main. Okay, which is like an unordered list UL. I just put a class here so that in case we have any other unordered list, it's not going to be affected. Okay, and site menu main, I think we have it here, site menu main. So I put another display and I put flex. Okay, so we can see that our home about blog content has gone into one line. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so we can as well put some gaps. Okay, that's one thing I didn't talk about. So you can put gaps between each of the elements. Okay, similar to this, you can increase more gaps. Oh, sorry, let me open it in a bigger screen. You can increase more gaps here. Okay, okay, so I'll be using the gap property to put a gap between each of these elements. All right, so okay, so I'll just use a gap, and I can use like maybe 30 pixels. Okay, so can we see we have put a gap here? All right, so this is home, about, blog, and contact. Okay, so we can as well style this to be something more something more beautiful. Okay, something more beautiful. So I will just be going into the HTML and I will try to see what can we do to style it. Now by default, every anchor link, that's this a tag here, okay, used to have this underline. Okay, so two things that we can do, we can use something descendant selector, or let me just use a a class selector here, but let me just use a descendant selector. Okay, so it's going to be easy. Now descendant selector is when you want to style um, an element, okay, without actually classing it. So what I'll do, I would mark this, I'll copy this, and I would also tag this, and I would also tag this, okay, so that I'll remove this line that is here. So what I do, I go back and I put a dot and I put the li, which is this. So I don't want to class this and this, okay, and I'll put an a and I'll try to style this. So by default this is text, text decoration is underlined, so I'll remove it. So I can say text decoration, I can say none. So I successfully removed the line. I can also change the color of the text. So I can say color, I can say white. Okay, this is FFFFF. Or you can simply type white and change it to hexadecimal. I just like to leave it in hexadecimal. More browsers used to understand hexadecimals, more than any other thing. Okay, so we can see home, about, blog, and what, contact. Okay, so if we open it on the bigger screen, so we can see our header. This is just like a basic header. So we have home, about, blog, and contact. Okay, I'll also be trying to, this call is going to be ending around I think 9 o'clock, so I'll also be trying to see how I can make everything here more beautiful. I also use flexbox here so that we can see. So now I want to make this a little bit bigger, okay, and I want to put hovers around here, and I want to create pages for all this: contact, blog, about, and home. Okay, I'll also create a video recording on all this. Okay, so if I were to style this, I'll simply go back to our HTML. Okay, and extract the class. So this is what site title. Copy. I go back, and maybe I just paste it here. I put a dot and I paste it. Okay, so what's the site title? What do I want to give in this site title? I want to make this bold, okay, and I want to make it capitalized. Okay, so I can say text transform. Okay, this will transform any text at all to uppercase. Okay, so it has become uppercase. Okay, it has all become block letters. Okay, and I can also change the weight to make it bold. So I can say, oh, sorry, font weight. I can say bold. Okay, so you can see it's bold, and I can increase the font size. So I can say font size, I can say large, I can say maybe 40 pixels. Oh, it's too big. Or I can say 30 pixels. Okay, and I can give it a different color. I can say color, I can give it this yellow that is here. You can type yellow or use any color of your choice. So you can see our site title has changed. Okay, our site title has changed. It's refreshing, sorry. Okay, our site title has changed. Are we following?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how we can add a hover over this home, about, blog. Okay, so one thing web development, forget about what I'm just doing here. You need to use certain colors that are matching with each other. Okay, so this might not be really necessary. You can use a black here. So I love to use, not it is recommended to use no more than 3 colors when you're developing a website. Okay, so I'm trying to see how we can add a hover. So when we hover over this element, it gives a different color. Okay, like you go to a website or something. So let's start with this. Okay, let's start with this. So we have a site title here. I'll just be copying it. Copy, paste. So now what I want to do is that I want it, if an element, okay, if your mouse is over this site title here, I want it to give a different color. Okay, hover. So I can set the color to let's say white. Okay, and let's say I want to change this to hexadecimal. So we can see if we hover over this, it has changed to white. Okay, you can change to white. The hover is too sharp. Okay, I want to make it very smooth. In the original code, you can add something they call transition. I can say 0.3 milliseconds. Okay, well, I've not gotten here, but I'm just using this to make it at least cool. Okay, so we can see it's kind of smooth. Okay, so so that's it. So let's see how we can add that hover too for this home, about, blog, and contact. Okay, so remember we use a descender selector here. Oh, sorry, we use a descendant selector here to, where is our hover again? Okay, we use a descendant selector here to get to the a tag here, because I didn't want to class it. Okay, so let's see how we can get a hover over this. So I copy this initial code and add a hover. So I copy it, I paste it, and I add a hover. Okay, so I say color. Now I'll give it the opposite color. This one I give it the opposite. I'll give this one the opposite color. So I'll give it maybe this. And if we go over this now, you can see we have added a hover. So we can even make it bigger, but I want us to get it. I want us to take it step by step. Okay, I can add a transition here. I can add 0.3 seconds. Okay, so it's a little bit slower. So that's how to, one of the ways to use a flexbox. Okay, so when we get to responsive design, I'll actually show you guys how to put something like this. Okay, to have a mobile version of your menu. Okay, so so let's see how we can also use flexbox here. So if you have been following the tutorial, this is where I stopped. Okay, just building random stuffs. Okay, mostly just a tech blog here. So we trace the parent element of this tag here, or sorry, of this section here. So let me go back and see. Okay, so I trace the section and I go back and I check what's the section of this welcome to LVG. Remember, flexbox is put on the parent section, so this is welcome to LVG here. Okay, welcome to LVG, and this is where you can get the best tech news. So this is the parent here. Okay, so I copy the parent. Okay, sorry, I copy the parent, which is section 1, and I try to use flexbox on it. So I go back and I check. I think we have already done something on it. So this is where we stopped in the desktop version of the tutorial last week, I think. Okay, sorry, 2 days ago. So I try to add flexbox to this. sorry, I use display flex. So in 3 minutes, this meeting might be ending. I'll be reposting a link to the group for us to continue. Okay, so this display flex. Okay, so by default it gets it what on what in line. Okay, so we can now check on the flex direction. We want it to be stacked on top each other. Okay, so I put the flex direction and I put it to be column. So if I put it column, this one will be stacked on top this other one. Okay, so I say column, oh, flex direction, sorry, and I say column. Okay, and I put justify content, which is for the horizontal, but since we have put it as column, okay, the horizontal becomes the vertical becomes the horizontal. So flex content, we say what, center. Okay, so this has gone to the what, to the center. Okay, this has gone to the center. So that's one of the ways. Another way to also use flexbox. Okay, that's another way to also use flexbox. So let me go back to the HTML, open with Fiverr server. Okay, so let's just see. Let me just make it smaller. Okay, so section 1, parent 2, parent 3. Let's see. Learn web development for free. Learn data science for free. So parent. Okay, so this is a height of 200 pixels and a width of I don't even think I give it a width. So let's say a width of 200 pixels. So this is like a perfect square. Okay, so I'll remove all this display, scroll and all that. So padding 20 pixels. Let me reduce this to maybe 10. Text align center, border solid, overflow scroll. I'll remove this. Okay, blue. Okay, it's black. And this. Okay, it's black. Padding 10 pixels. Let me remove this border color. We don't even need it. So background color is black. Okay, then this our button. We can use white color, black. Okay, so let me make this 250 color. White. White. Okay, so let's see. Let's say for 400 pixels. For 400 pixels. Oh, that's too much. Read more. Let's say 250. And 300. 300. Background color of the BTN is white. Color is black. Background color is white. Color is black. Okay, I hope you're following. So let's see. So we can see something here like leaf, log, nails. Let's use H2. H2. Mr. Isaiah, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's just use this. After this, we just end everything. Okay, thank you for coming around. So I'm just gonna use display flex here, and obviously flex wrap to wrap. Okay. Okay, so we can see. Hmm? And I'll be using justify content to center. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, so I think I'll just stop here. Okay, since many people are not even around again. Let me just do one last thing. Let me put a write up here, blog news. I don't know why it's not showing up. I have no idea why it's not showing up. Okay, I put it here. It's supposed to show up. Blog news. News. Blog news. Color. Black. Okay. Align. Sorry. Text align. Center. Okay, let me increase the font and end here. So we'll say font size 40 pixels. Okay, so let's okay, I'll just block this inside. Blog post. Okay. Okay, Mr. Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I'll be stopping here. Okay, I'll be posting this code to the group so that you guys can just take a look. Hmm? We'll try to build something more advanced. Okay, later on, but this is just for people who um, are just starting up. Okay, so all right. Thank you very much. I don't know why this other guy is not responding. Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy. Okay, I'll be ending this meeting. Thank you guys for at least coming around to learn one or two things. All right. I'll keep you
Thank
guys
you.
updated. Any other thing, huh?
All right, sir. Thank you.